Okay, so let's get started. So, welcome everyone to my dev stream for this week. First of all, I'm very sorry for missing last week's stream. I was sort of busy and I also didn't feel very well, so I decided rather than to do like a very bad stream, I would rather not do it at all. But well, no, I'm back and I'm going to work on something new today. Okay, so my goal for today is to start a skirmish mode game type. Well, what is a skirmish mode? Well, it's pretty much like the random mode, which is in the game at the moment. But the difference will be that the things which you can encounter will not be random, but you can set up any sort of fight you want yourself. It's going to be a lot of work and I'm probably not going to finish it today, but I guess we can get the first things going and implement the first features of this mode. Okay, so how do we get started? Well, first of all, we need to create a new game type and we need to add this game type to the actual menu. Okay, so as a template, let's use the exploration mode start screen as a starting point. So I'm going to call this game state skirmish intro and what do I do next? Okay, so it is called game state skirmish intro. Of course, we have to delete a lot of stuff which was specific to the exploration mode, and we also need to add it to the start screen. Okay, so first of all, let's add it to the start screen. Which I can do here. Hello, Battlefield Engineer. Good to see you. Sorry again for missing out on last week's stream. So I read on Twitter that your hardware for streaming has arrived. Skirmish mode. So currently I'm adding the name for the skirmish mode. Skirmish intro name, skirmish description, and this will be the German name. To the English one. Okay, that would be it for the skirmish mode. And first of all, let's remove all of this functionality, which will probably not work anyway. So instead, let's remove everything which does not belong here. Okay, bonuses, difficulties, galaxy sizes, these are all not relevant anymore. Playership, payouts, also irrelevant. Update, size, bonus, selected chip, ships, difficulty, and so on is all no longer relevant. Okay, so first I want to get first of all I want to get it to compile and just have the button and have it compiled basically. Yeah, that's why I did the localization, and that's why I cleaned up the code for the user interface elements. Okay, while I'm doing this, I guess I should sort of make a brief agenda for what I'm planning to do. It does not compile. Good to know. Can I increase the font size here? I guess I can. Okay, and adding a skirmish mode to the game. Add customization options. This will be the hard part. And the third part should be relatively easy. Okay. Skirmish intro. Okay. This does not exist. Okay. Just completely delete it. Okay, it compiles, which is nice. Okay, and we have the new skirmish button, user-defined skirmish. Okay. Okay, so the frame is no longer correct. We need to fix that. Okay, just add a 3 here and let's see what happens. It looks exactly like the exploration mode, which is not correct. Okay, I guess it was a copy-paste error probably. State intro, skirmish intro. Actually not. Right. This is actually a bit strange. Skirmish intro. Leave class. Exploration. Hang on. It's actually a bit strange. Because actually no elements should be added. Let's try to debug. Let's try to find out if he really comes into this function. Okay, the function is not called for some reason. But at least frame is back again. What is happening? So, exploration. Button state, game state intro class. And just right between the exploration intro and the story intro. I am a bit confused. I know. Start game. Okay, yeah, I know. Basically every game state needs to have a number for some reason. And if it doesn't have a number, then the game cannot distinguish it. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. But I guess there's no alternative to just adapting to it. Okay. Thank you. Well, yeah, I do like the look of the specular highlights. It was basically just some very small changes which I had to do to the shader code, and yeah, I really like it. So thank you for the hint. I think in general it's amazing what you can do with shader code. I mean, just a few changes and a few transformations can make you a lot of difference. But I'm honestly very bad at figuring out what it means and how it really works. I think it's really hard to be good at shader programming. Okay, so so far so good. Now what do we need? Okay, what types of customization options do we need? Oops. What have I done? What have I done? Okay, good. Nice. Okay. Customization options are background image, enemies, allies, size actually, and number of elements on the map, so number of scenery, stuff, etc. What else do I need? Test I need. Well, I guess let's start with this. Yeah, I agree. Performance is really amazing. There is this one site where you can basically edit shader code in real time in your browser, and it renders like fractals and other stuff, and it's really amazing. And I have no idea how it works. But it has a lot of examples like rainbow stuff and fractals and animations and amazing stuff. Okay, let's start with the background image selection. So for start, let's not localize everything until we know what we actually need. So just name it level, and now I will make a small list. List background image. Let me just have a look at what the parameters are. This number. Okay, good. Let's use this one. So we have to specify how big every element is. Let's take 30 times scale factor. Oops. And let's make it 4 wide and 1 high. And let's give it arrows. Okay. Now I have to have a look at how many textures there are. Okay, there's 15 background textures. Shader toy. I'm not sure. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Just check if it's one of these. Nope. This isn't what I meant, but let's see if it works. looks pretty amazing actually. Okay, I can create waves by dragging the mouse around. Nice. Nice. And even the refraction from the water is rendered correctly. Pretty impressive. Okay, nevertheless, so I guess I won't find it now, but wait a second, one of these. Okay, maybe you're right. Oh yeah, right, it is GLSL sandbox. Okay, okay. Yeah, this is what I meant. Okay, enough with the shaders for now. Okay, so first of all, let's create a list where we can select the background image. Button texture. Let's see what the syntax is. X, Y. Okay, the string for the name of the texture. Which will it work? I'm not quite. Okay, let's test it. 0, 0. Name of the texture is icon pg plus the number, and rotation 0, size the same as here. Tooltip is not important now, and let's make it do nothing for the moment. Okay. Null. This maybe. Huh? Okay, I missed the bracket. Okay. Symbol, button text, texture, okay. Here. Okay, let's put these in order. Okay, background image will be the first. So the first line will be background image plus map size. Okay, let's do this in two steps. The first step will be to add all the buttons. The second step will be to add functionality to the buttons. And the fourth step will be to make it work in a mission. Yeah, this makes more sense actually. Okay. Okay, it is not displayed unfortunately for some reason, because we didn't add it. Okay. That should be better. Okay. I guess we can also make it a bit bigger. Let's try 60 by 60 times scale. By the way, scale is a float variable which is normalized in a way that the standard resolution, which is I think 1024 times 768, is normalized to 1, and all the other resolutions have different scaling factors. Okay, so okay, the texture isn't displayed and it's not at the correct location. Okay. Yes. Okay. I know what I have to do. First of all, the icons are at the wrong position. In the wrong folder, I mean. So, where are the icons needed actually? Wait a second. This is something that I have not really fixed since I changed the... Do I need it at all? Okay, maybe I can fix this really quick. So basically, the big performance improvement which I have done in the last few weeks was that I stopped swapping the texture for everything, but instead I make a really big texture atlas where all the textures are included, and this basically prevents the texture swapping from occurring. And in some systems I noticed that the texture swapping is what is causing the performance to decrease. I don't really understand why it is so bad for performance, but apparently it really is, and avoiding texture swaps is what many people recommend in order to improve OpenGL performance. So, that is that. Okay, graphics, icons, here, BG icon, okay, nice, good. Okay, so let's compile it again. The downside is that building the project takes a little bit longer because all the textures have to be collected in this texture atlas. Hey Sirius, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us. By the way, I'm now using Texture Packer, which is a really nice application for packaging textures. And what I really like about this texture packer is that it has both a graphical user interface as well as a command line interface, so I can just easily include it in my build process, which is really nice. Okay, it still doesn't work and it's still in the wrong position. So first of all, let's correct the position. X and Y, and second, why is it? It's not called icon BG, it's BG icon. Okay, that should solve that. And let's try again. Render call batching. What do you mean by render call batching? Do you mean this list compiling and list calling? I'm not quite sure what the correct term for this is. Yeah, Wait a second, I can show it to you in a second. Okay, this seems to be working now, except the first icon is missing, and also the arrows are not at the correct position for some reason. Okay, because obviously I need to change the position of the list and not the position of the buttons. Okay, that should solve that. And I wanted to show you the atlas, which is not here because it is only in the build version. Okay. This is basically what it looks like. So it has all the graphics of the game in one package. So you can see, if you look really closely, here are the icons for the backgrounds which we will use now. But it also has all the normal maps, which was actually my greatest fear, how I could use the diffused texture and the normal texture from the same texture, but it actually works. And you can also see that there are some textures which I don't use at all at the moment. For example, this repair station, or I don't know. Okay, so this is my texture atlas for the game. Sprites that are much smaller than the original size. Do you mean like glitches when they overlap or something? Because you can specify sort of a margin or padding between the different tiled textures, which is designed to prevent artifacts from scaling. I mean, so far I haven't really noticed any real difference, and the nice thing really is that it has cut down almost all texture swaps that I need. Unfortunately, I still need to swap the texture when I draw the text, because the text is rendered using a library which I have no control over, but other than that, it pretty much cuts it. Okay, so this seems to be correct. Nice. Except for the first one, which I can fix now. And let's just add a background number, which defaults to 0. The button is selected when the number is the same as the background number, and if you click on it, then we set the background number to this number and we update everything. Okay, well, this should actually already make the background selection button work. Okay. Unfortunately, the other buttons will be a bit harder to do. Okay. Okay. So it keeps the selection when I click on it. Perfect. Okay, it's a bit unfortunate that it resets the page every time. I'm not sure if I should fix it actually. I should fix it in the sense that the selected one should be on a page which is visible. Can I do it? Do I have a function like this? Not really. Not really. I can make a go-to-element. Let's make a go-to-element function. So we need to find the... how do I do it? I need to find the page on which the element is, which I need to focus. So okay, so basically we cycle through all the elements. Element number maybe. If e then return the number, otherwise we return 0, and the page is the element number divided by the number of elements per page. Okay. And in order to make sure that nothing goes wrong, we limit it so it's greater than 0 and smaller than pages -1. Okay. Let's ensure that it works. Okay. What did I call it? Go to element. Selected. So let's see if it works. Actually, you're right. With mip mapping, I might run into problems at some point. Let me check what type of padding I use at the moment. Nothing at all, so I just use the defaults, which I can check in a moment. this doesn't really work. What I need to do to make it work? Update pages, okay. I guess. Hey, why do I not have it here? Ah, it's written in capital letters. Okay, default is 2 pixels for padding. Okay. It's good to know. Even though I don't quite know if these add up, so if it's 4 pixels in total. I guess I have to check it at some point. Nice. Okay, this is working. Nice. Okay. Background image seems to be done. Next, map size. Actually, both map size, number of scenery stuff, and so on are very similar in the sense that they have a lot of variables which can be changed in a certain range. And I'm thinking of adding a new UI element in general to allow this, just because there's so much stuff which has the same type of input. Okay, so how would it look like? Maybe like this? Yeah? Or okay, I guess if it's just a few values, this might work. But it looks a bit funny. Other than that, I could have like a text. Wait, let's look at the input settings. Okay, so for example, level or map width 5 plus minus. Yeah, I guess this could work. This could work. Okay, so let's take one of these as our starting point. What is it called? Here button control. Okay. Let's call it UI button. How is it? How is it called? So it's a button which has a plus minus option. Value. Okay. So it's not as big as the other button. It does not have an icon. It does not have a command. Stuff can disappear. Gray text editors panel. Okay. I guess I need this one. Enabled. True. Get size. This will disappear. This will also disappear. Commands will disappear. Buttons will disappear. Render custom. Subtexture will disappear. Okay. Suspend shader. Okay, let's try it. This is actually a new command on a new language element which I implemented. It's called suspend shader, and what it does, basically it disables the shader before the stuff in his block and it enables it afterwards. So basically this drawString function is outside of my control, so I cannot prevent it from swapping the texture and destroying my nice texture atlas, so I have to re-enable the texture atlas when it is done. There's a lot of messiness behind the scenes actually, but I don't really know how to really improve it unless I want to improve my own text rendering function, which I was tempted to do at some point, but I guess there's not much to be gained from doing so. Okay, here button value, int command, okay, name, set name, okay, let's look. Let's try how it works. So basically we have this level line, and the first element of this line will be this image. Then after the background image is done, I will move to the right. Give it like a little bit of space, and next we add one of these new buttons. Okay, button value, let's call it size X, and X, Y, and the name. Okay, so X, Y. Let's see how it works. Yeah, actually, yes. This engine, Slick2D, which I'm using, actually has some sort of abstraction if you want to do some simple texture drawing. But as soon as you want to do stuff like normal mapping, there's no way you can do it just using the base functionality. So I actually have to manually push the vertices and texture coordinates to the graphics card, which is a bit of, it's a bit unfortunate, but on the other hand, you get a lot of functionality for it. Okay, nice. Actually, I sort of like it, that it's a little bit higher. So I would put a minus button here, a plus button here, and the current value here in the middle, or something like that. Okay, let's try it. So, map width, map height. And I guess we also need to specify a default value, a minimum and a maximum value. let's say minimum is 5, default is 7, and maximum is 10 or so, both for width and height. Okay. Okay. That would be that. And okay, now we need buttons. Actually, I already have functionality for adding small sub buttons. But it will not work here, unfortunately, because or will it? Oh, it will. It will work because it is formally a button. Okay. But before I do it, I will take a very brief break. Be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Till then, I can show some action. Okay, be right back. Okay. Okay. By the way, I was thinking that maybe, since there are usually only very few choices, it might be better to just list the choices instead of having these plus minus buttons. Let's try both and see what's better. Okay, so it's a button. Okay. So let's start at minimum value. Let's go up to the maximum value. And for each value, sub button. And we do this by here button text. V is new here button text. Let's look at the syntax. So X, Y, string tooltip, execute. Okay. X and Y. Guess I have to experiment a little bit to find the correct values. Value, the tooltip is null, and the action is that we set the value to this value. Okay. And finally, the button is selected if and only if its value equals the base value. Yeah, I guess so if we click on it, it needs to update. So I need to create a function for it. And I need to call this function whenever I change a value. Okay, let's try it. Oops. This. Okay. This should be float, not int. What else? Val is equals I. Okay, it's V actually. What else? Pause Y cannot find. Pause Y is here. Okay, that shouldn't be necessary. I hope. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it is added, but it is in the in the top left corner, which is unfortunate. And also, yeah, okay, I know. Okay. So we need to add the position of the button. We also need to assign these manually, which is a bit strange. Okay, and we also need to move right after each button. Okay, let's try it. Nice. Actually, very nice, very nice. Very nice. Okay, I guess let's make it a little bit higher. Let's put these a little bit lower. Okay, so font title. Okay, so it is font title get line height plus the size of the border. And this should be maybe like 80, 75. Yeah. Let's try 75. Yeah. And here, let's make these a little bit larger, backward images, so that the height matches the settings buttons. Settings buttons. Good. Okay, nice, nice, nice. It's actually a bit too high now, but we can just subtract like 10. Okay, so it is not saved at the moment, so it automatically resets whenever we change something, which is not very nice, of course. So how do I solve it? Okay, I guess I know how I can solve it. And we can solve it by, I think the most elegant way would be to make a property sheet and to make it read out of this property sheet and write to it. It's a bit elegant because the map is actually also a property sheet. So, okay, so let's try it. Properties, props, new properties. And now okay, name, okay, property name, so we have the new internal name, which we'll use to manipulate the value, and we also need to have the property object here. Okay, so actually I can look at how it is actually called. I think it is extend x or something. Yeah, it is. Okay. And right properties, okay. And now whenever we change the value, we do not change it here, but we write it to the property object, props.setProperty what's it called? Property name. Plus the value. Okay. Is this correct? I'm not entirely convinced. Okay, let's make it like this. Let's remove the value itself from here. Yeah, this should work actually, yeah. Props, set property and x, 6, price, 6. And now we just need to get the property. There should be some code for this here, which I can reuse. Get pass and props get property. Okay, yeah. Actually, I was a little bit too fast because I do not need to do it like this. I can still provide a default value. I can just check if the value is present, and if it is not present, we can set it to the default value, which I guess is a little bit more elegant than adding more things here. Okay, so value is pass integer props get property name, and the default is this. It should work. In case it does not, let's print the value and let's test it. Doesn't work. Why does it not work? Value is always 7. I'm an idiot. The property is not named property name, but yeah. Okay, let's make it a little bit. That's okay. Okay, what do I need now? Actually, that should be it. Just what do I need to create a map? Okay. Okay. So I guess in order for you to understand what's going on, I need to elaborate a little bit about what it's doing here. The map class or the map object is basically a description of a map. So it's basically a description of how big is the map, what are the mission goals for the player, what is the background number, and so on. And all of these are stored in a properties object. And based on this properties object, the map generator, which is another class, reads all these values and creates a map actually. So, for example, when the player wants to play it. So in a way I can actually just create a map and use the property object from the map, which would make it much easier later on. And it's very elegant actually. So instead of the properties object, let's just make a new map. If I provide no further information, the map will just have random values based on the distribution, based on the procedural generation process. And basically, instead of doing this, you just give it the properties of the map. I like. So I also can do that with the background number. So instead of setting this artificial object, I can directly set it here. I think, yep. Actually, I even have convenience functions for this. That was a bit stupid. Okay, so map set MG number to this +1. Okay, and it is selected. Is map get PG number +1. Okay. Nice. Let's give it another go. And if this works so far, we can actually continue to try to starting it before doing the other stuff. Because if you already have a working map object, then that should actually be sufficient to create a map, which would be nice actually. Any particular reason to use string-based properties? No, actually not. I think it is nice in a way that you can export it to a file and edit it with a text editor, which is actually what I've done so far. But other than that, there's no real reason for it. Okay, nice. Okay, there's a small bug here in that the selection is always run too far, which we can just correct like this. And yeah, actually let's try it. What happens when we click on start? Okay, so we create a game state random. Okay, so let's just make a game state skirmish. Game state skirmish needs a new ID. So we have random, which was 167, make skirmish, which is 166. And as a map, we take the map which the skirmish game mode has created. I like game state skirmish intro. So we need to make it static, and we need to make it initialize whenever we enter this mode. Okay, let's try it. What do you mean by handling logic? Do you mean like the mission goals or so? Just a second. Okay, so let's just try. This works. No, this did not work. I guess it wasn't the right game mode it switched to. Yeah, I forgot to change it here. Yeah. Let me show you why I'm doing it like this. Where is it? Mission, library, mining. Okay. So basically, this is a mission declaration which I have, and it's basically just this text format where I have like variable equals a specific number, and the advantage is obviously that you can just use it, make it using a text editor, and Java already has functionality to pass a file of such type and create a property object from it. So I guess it was just the right idea at that time, even though some things will get a little bit messy. For example, having multiple goals, having multiple enemies, which all are in this format, which I have to pass manually. I guess XML would be a nice alternative, but yeah. Personally, I think XML is always a little bit over the top if you just have a very simple problem, and I always found it a little bit messy to write XML parsers and exporters. Okay, so I guess it's working. At least the background image was the one which I selected. So let's try this one. And let's make it a very high map. It's possible that these do not work yet, actually. But it does. It's actually really crowded now. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so map size done. Nice. Honestly, I should spend much more time playing the game myself. Because a lot of the problems it has and advantages it has only become apparent if you play it for some time. Nice. Yeah, I've heard about JSON. I haven't tried it so far, but I've heard that it's quite good, so I have to check it out. I guess we're going to run into problems if we make a 5x5 sector, because the game will not be able to fit everything in the sector. I guess. Yeah. So now it's basically in an endless loop trying to figure out where it can fit everything, and I don't really feel like handling it correctly at the moment. So instead, I'm going to increase the map size in general. But I guess I can fix it at a later point in time. Okay, map size done. Number of scenery stuff will be next. But again, since I've made the very pro error of drinking like a liter of black tea, Unfortunately, I have to make another brief break. I'm very sorry, but I have some AI battles. I'll be right back. Yeah, you are correct. Actually, there might be like a really, really huge asteroid out there somewhere. Okay, let's continue. So now that we have the map parameters done, we can move on to the scenery part. Okay, so now when this is complete, we create a new headline called scenery. And below we have a number of these UI button values, which I guess is relatively straightforward to do. So what do we have? What parameters do we have? Number of jump gates, number of artifacts, number of shops, gamblers, tech labs. Okay. I guess let's do it. Jump gates, artifacts, shops. Okay, jump gates. I guess I can do that with I guess I can do it without making a new variable. Okay. Jump gates. Then we had artifacts, shops. Oops. Artifact, shops, gamblers. Module shops. Which do not really make a lot of sense on a skirmish map, but whatever. Gamblers and tackles finally. Hey Rob, good evening. How are you? Okay. A little bit too much. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, nice. It's still a little bit too high, and the distance is too big, of course. Okay, so first of all, let's make the buttons a little bit smaller. Make it like 65 times scale. Same as the background images. And now instead of using this as the width, let's use this. Okay, nice. Okay, then what else do we have? Spawn allies. This will be a bit more complicated. Asteroid fields, debris fields, with asteroids, minefields, allies. Okay, and nebulas. So let's adjust the defaults. Okay. Okay, so by default we have no artifacts, no shops and so on, but the player can enable them if he wants. We can also allow him to go up to 3 maybe, let's see. and afterwards make a new line, and the next line will be asteroids and debris and nebulas. So asteroid fields, we have which asteroids fields, we have debris fields, fields, and we have nebulas, okay, let's test it. Thank you. I'm fine too. Thanks for asking. Whoops. Pretty good, pretty good. You can also see that they have different values, because actually it is generating like a random map, random parameters, which is very nice. What else do I need to change? Okay, let's put the minefields in this line so that we have enough space. And actually that should be it for scenery. I guess we should try if it works. So let's have like a whole lot of stuff. Let's disable this stuff. Yeah, and it works. So we have no nebulas now, but a whole lot of traders and so on. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay, okay. So put minefields in the line above, and I need to adjust some stuff, which yeah, okay. So the goals are standard goals, which I can change. So basically, the skirmish mode has no real goal. So instead of having this get a key goal, I will just give it a standard goal of surviving. Such goals is now survive. What else do we have? Spawn allies. It's now deleted. Okay, ally chance needs to be 0. Otherwise we have really strange stuff happening later on. Spawn enemies should be null. At least for now, before we change it later on. And Yeah, that should be it. That should be it. Okay. Another thing which we can do is we can create a reset button. Which, yeah, pretty much just resets the random values, and which should be pretty easy to do. Actually, that should already be it. Just need to make it look nice. Okay, let's test it. Okay. Okay. Done. Good. Okay. So finally we have the really hard part, which is adding the enemies and the allies. And this is actually going to be tricky. I'm not going to lie, this is going to be tricky. Because we have to create a lot of buttons for each ship and for each faction, so that the player can choose what ships he wants, and it's not going to be easy. Not gonna lie. How should I approach it? Okay, first. Okay, first of all, let me correct this title. Button text, string tooltip execute. Title text, okay. Title text, okay. X, Y text description, execute small. X, Y text. Set to random values. What's false? Execute is this. I'm an idiot. Just changed the wrong one, of course. So it's here. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, so coding is fun, serious. I can understand how you feel. It's really nice. Okay, so what I will do now is I will create I'm not quite sure how I'll do it from a layout perspective. So the next part will be adding allies and enemy ships. Actually, before I do that, I should ensure that first of all this text is correct. Oh, it crashed. What happened? Create chips null pointer exception. First of all, I should ensure that this does not happen. Okay, what's happening here? Okay. I guess it's not very elegant what I'm doing here. I guess I should set it to null if that's possible, instead of setting it to this. Not sure if it's possible. Let's try. And okay, no wave enemies. Okay, this is the variable I've been looking for. Okay, so basically, when no enemies are specified, then the game just chooses random enemies to fill a sector. And first of all, I want to, as a starting point, I want to be able to fly in a sector where there are no enemies. Okay. Actually, this stuff is also sort of done-ish already. Done-ish? Don't know if that's the word, but it sort of works. Okay. Now it just immediately crashed. Null pointer exception, set property put. It's sort of so annoying. So annoying. Okay, so I guess I cannot set it to null. I have to set it like this, and I have to check here if it is null or not. Whatever. Sector enemies. Spawn enemies. Nope. Okay. I'm not quite sure which line threw the exception previously, because we should just return an empty array actually. Whatever. Okay. Let's try it again. Is null or empty method in C#? I think the problem in Java is if the string is null and you call a function on the string, it will just give a 0 pointer exception or null pointer exception, I guess. It's almost, yeah, it's done. So we have an empty sector now, which is nice. We did get a message that there is a factory, which is of course false, but not going to worry too much about it. And I think in addition to the Oh, maybe not. I guess I could make a clear button which sets all of these to 0, but I'm not going to do it for now. Okay, now for the hard part in the ships. I guess I have to do it earlier or later, sooner or later. Okay, need like this. Ah, you mean like a static function? I guess we can check. Format. Value of... I don't think so. Unfortunately not. But it's not something I have to do too often, so I'm not too worried about it, actually. Okay, what now? I mean, basically, there are like two options. First, I could make a huge list of all the ships, or I could subdivide the list by factions, hangar ships, AI ships, evolution ships, whatever. I'm sort of heading towards making a list of all the ships at the moment because it's just so much simpler. Ouch. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it like this. Okay. And then I have like to choose if I want to make a list for enemies and a list for allies, or if I want to make a list for all ships and add a, add as ally, add as enemy button. I don't know. So many choices. I guess let's start by making the list. Do we want big ships like in the hangar or small ships like in the evolution mode? Let's try small ships. Ship mini, okay. So mini ships are maybe 50 by 50. Maybe 6 by 4 or 10 by 4? No? Okay. Okay, what is done here? Okay, ship library ships. Okay. So for every ship, what was it called? Your button ship mini. position 0 with ship S and without function at the moment. Is empty is not empty. Okay. Stringatives. Huh. Label scene is already defined. And arrows, okay, arrows true. I'm actually sort of curious how it will look now. Oh, it's so cute. Actually, this is really sort of sufficient. Next, I will add the AI ships, and I guess I can make these a little bit bigger. Yeah, that should work. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try like 70 scale. It here. No, it's constant. I guess I can change it. Let's just leave it for the moment. And okay, now I will add all the ships from the AI enemies, which will be a lot. It will be a lot. Get generated ships, populations, okay. So currently there are 10 populations, which